Marcos, welcome to Floor Talk. It's wonderful to have you on the show.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much for having me.
My pleasure. So, Marcos, tell us about Ultrapar's operations and the value proposition.
Well, Ultrapar is a holding company that has a main value proposition is financial discipline, governance, and really focus in quality operations. We own and operate three businesses entirely. Ipiranga is one of the largest fuel distributors in Brazil with more than 6,000 stations. It's a leading brand. We have a very well-positioned brand for a migration from fuel to mobility. We have the largest retail for convenience stores operations in Brazil. We also have the largest lubricant manufacturer in Brazil, finished lubricants, in a joint venture with Chevron, where we have 55%, they hold the other 45%. And Ipiranga, again, is moving towards the developing areas of Brazil to supply fuels, security, and allow people to grow the agricultural sector in places that are very distant from the ports. The other business is called Ultragas. It's the original business from the group. It started 87 years ago. It's an LPG distributor that holds today one of the leading positions in Brazil. LPG has 11 million clients that we serve at the door. More than 60,000 clients that we serve in a bulk facility. So it's a very large commercial operation. And in this one, besides migrating to a more lean and efficient go-to-market, we are also moving towards delivering renewable energies to those to those clients. So basically solar power, and also biogas to the same client base that we operate with LPG for a long time. The third one is Ultracargo, which is the leading port terminal for liquid bulk in Brazil. So we are present in pretty much all ports in Brazil, more than 1 billion liters of storage capacity. We serve not only fuels and chemicals, but all liquid bulk demand for Brazil. And in this one, we are moving inland and also trying to support lower carbon emission logistics, basically on barging and rail transportation inland in Brazil. And we recently bought a fourth business. We bought 40% of a listed entity called Hidrovias. And Hidrovias is a barging operation in two main corridors in Brazil, in the north, and also in Paraguay and Uruguay in the south, serving mainly grains, mainly agriculture. Very well positioned to supply fertilizers to those producers, but also to haul out the grains produced, mainly soybeans and corn. So those are the business lines. But as a holding company, what we want to almost completely focus is on governance and efficiency.
And how has Ultrapar contributed to the key sectors of Brazil's economy?
Well, those companies are large operations in Brazil, and they somehow are one of the bedrocks of those sectors. So we are an important supplier of fuels in Brazil. We have almost 90 terminals with fuel storage all over the country to supply energy to clients that somehow will have difficulty to access it. So this is quite important. LPG is the same. I mean, when Ultragas came in, we used to burn wood in stoves in Brazil, right? So this is 90 years ago. The taglines were actually preserve the forest, burn LPG, because at that time on big cities, I mean, the forest around the big cities would be, depleted because people would get wood for cooking, right? So this is, from the beginning. We've been a very important provider of infrastructure for the Brazilian economy.
And in an increasingly volatile environment, how does Ultrapar create value and ensure the security of capital allocation?
Really on this process of creating efficiency and discipline. We're very focused in people, so we constantly are looking for talent, to build talent, retain talent, create careers for the best professionals possible. And I think the one strategy that always holds, I keep saying this, I mean, people talk about long-term strategy. For me, the longest term strategy that exists is really having the best teams. I mean, the best teams win over the worst teams since, the Romans, right? So this is a long-term strategy, and we are very focused on that. So on volatile markets, this is even more important because you have minds that are somehow protecting the investment. So time to buy, time to sell, the way we actually are to position ourselves in terms of balance sheet and our financing, our liability management. So this is all part of our value creation.
And finally, Marcos, you're here today, you're celebrating 25 years of listing on the New York Stock Exchange. What does it mean to you to be an NYSE listed company?
We started this when we went public. We went public in New York and São Paulo Exchange at the same time, simultaneously. And this was due to our view at that point that governance would be key for our future. And we started this giving minority shareholder rights to the market in Brazil that was not even with Novo Mercado, which is the regulation that holds today a lot of rights for minority shareholders. But we started this also with NYSE because here the market at that time was way more developed, as it is today, but the gap was even larger. So we wanted to have a very, very top-notch governance from the beginning, providing this to our shareholders. So this is the case in 25 years ago, and it is the case today. So we are very proud of that journey.
Well, it's wonderful to have you as a member of the NYSE community. Thank you for joining me in Floor Talk today, Marcos.
Thank you very much.